read.
Probably better than us.
You guys can excuse me unless you want to come into the bedroom and read. Thank you. Everybody has memories of the little golden books. Kids are still reading them, and parents telling their kids stories of little golden books. But we have a guy on who's written the book all about the collectability. Hi there. This is your book, Steve Santi.
Yes.
Golden collections, little golden. How did you get so interested in little golden books?
Oh,
Finding out about them.
I started when my first son was, my wife was pregnant with my first. And I started to find them at the garage sales and flea markets and kept throwing them in a box back in about 1988.
Really?
78, I'm sorry. And next thing I know, I had about 300 and decided to make a list of them.
But back when you first started in 78, you used to pick them up for how much?
Oh, 10 cents a nickel.
What's the oldest one you have around?
Oh, the oldest one will be these right here. These are with dust jackets. These came out in 1942. And at that time, they originally had 42 pages in them.
Of nursery songs?
And they reduced the pages down to 28 and then to 24 in the late 50s, and that's where they are now, 24-page books.
Take off the
We take it, yes. Now, these had dust jackets. Now, any book that had a dust jacket had a blue spine. Now, to give a comparison between the jacket and the book, this book is worth between $75 to $100. The book by itself is worth maybe about $20, $25.
Whoa. Tell us what you look for when you start collecting. If you're in a flea market garage sale, you see something, how would you know, hey, this is a real good buy, it's worth a whole lot more?
If you can find ones that have 25, 29 cents on the cover, those have some value. Values are going to change. A good thing to know when you are buying a book is to know if it's first edition or not.
How do you know first edition versus not?
On these books here, on the early ones from the 40s, if you look on the second page, you'll see where it will say first printing such and such, second printing such and such. When you get into the 25 centers, for an example on, let's say, Smokey the Bear right here, on the last page, in the bottom corner, is the letter A. If it's a B, it's a second, a C, it's a third, an A would tell you it's a first.
Difference in value between first and second and third?
Depending on the print run, it could change from, if it was a $10 book, a second would bring it down to about 6 or 7.
Three Little Kittens, was that one of the early ones?
The first, yeah, this is the #1 book, Three Little Kittens, but the first 12 were all released at the same time. They were all run in September of 1942. They were made to give children a book of their own. Before that, books were very expensive for a child to own. And so they were normally on the bookshelf, and mom or dad would bring it down and read to them. These were the first books to be available to the mass.
Were these normally like educational with wonderful little morals at the end of the story?
In the 40s, they were fairy tales, nursery rhymes, and books with morals. When we got into the 50s, they found out that they can go with the television shows. So we'll see a lot of the westerns and TV shows coming into the book.
Like which ones?
We got a Cheyenne somewhere down there. Where's he at? Oh, we got moved. Here he is over there.
Oh,
Cheyenne and Wagon Train.
Bring it over here. Come on.
Okay.
He's in the westerns.
There's
so
Clint
are
Walker.
You seeing little golden books like everything else got a little bit more commercial?
Correct. Correct.
Oh, Cheyenne starring Clint Walker.
Yeah. And then we have the cartoons. We have the Flintstones in the 60s. So into the 60s, we got into the television. Hanna-Barbera cartoons started coming in. So as far as the collectability, different people will collect different things. And here we have cartoon, Hanna-Barbera collectors will come in, the TV Western people, books by different illustrators. Eloise Wilkins, she has her own following and fan club, and just little things like that.
So how did the price of it begin to change as well? I mean, today when you buy them, new.
New?
Yeah.
Well, now a book's going to cost you $2 new. You're going to the store.
That seems like a good deal.
Well, it is a good deal. You're still, but if you can find a 25 or 29, here's this one real quick. Here is Juan and Margarita. This is Mexican.
Yeah.
And so that's Hansel and Gretel.
And I remember the Dumbo. That's the most expensive one.
Dumbo with the dust jacket.
You see one of these flea markets, garage sales,
grab
you
it.
buy it.
Grab it if it has a dust jacket.
$150.
If it has a dust jacket.
Thank you so much for bringing all these little
Thank you.
books to us.
My pleasure.
Today. And for those of you who would like to contact us, here's how you communicate with us. We're going to give you the phone, the fax, the mail, everything. You can call us at 1-800-FX-FX1. You can fax us at 212-802-4201. Or you can write to us. We like hearing from you. P.O. Box 825, Madison Square Station, New York, New York, 10159-0825. And you can also email us at personalfx@delphi.com. And in fact, Steve, you wrote us originally. We found out about your book and your collection. Thank you so much for being here. And when we come back, we're going to open up the mailbag in a moment. Stay with us for that.